Good morning, my friends. As you can tell, it was a short intro because, well, I already peed. That's right. I was talking to Angel P and I said, oh, I've got 4 minutes. So I got to go pee and then I'll be back. OJ, we're not doing that. Oh, hang on. I got to get him a snack. Here. You know that I'm busy right now, OJ. You know, this is Uli's fault. There we go. Eat that shit. There we go. Eat it. All right. I'm back. Speaking of OJ, woke up this morning, checked the time, and I saw that I missed a call from Uli last night. And I'm like, man, I hope everything's okay. So I called her and she said, I called her. Well, everybody knows my fat ass is in bed. Okay. So I think this little booger over here was messing around on my phone because I did notice it was moved. So the last person I had called was Laura, and then it got called again. Thank you to my kitty for calling Uli. What were you doing? Putting your new snack order in? What are we supposed to do? My goodness. Luana said, good morning, OJ. Good morning. And hey, Val, I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm glad you're here. Hey, what'd you think about that second show yesterday? About that kid in Stillwater, Oklahoma. If you missed it, go catch it because I'm super pissed about that. I actually got a follow-up email from the district attorney. I already sent it to customer service, so it's in Kat's possession, and we'll just see how much further we go with it. But in the meantime, I saw that KK has her heat on. Oh, yes, ma'am. I've been running mine in the mornings. And then today it's going to be 81 in the afternoon. I don't know what to wear. I start with pants and a sweatshirt. The next thing you know, shorts and a t-shirt. What to do? Well, we know what today is. It's hump day, and I cannot wait for the weekend. I cannot wait. I got some football to watch. I have got some football going on this weekend, y'all. So let's first say hi to our buddy Mike.
Oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
It's hump day. And what are we wearing? I've got on my pink shirt that says Okie Pride. What are we wearing?
It's adorable. It's so fetch. What is fetch? Oh, it's like slang from England. So if you're from Africa, why are you white? Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white. Could you give us some privacy for like 1 second? Yeah, sure. Okay, you should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal. We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week. Oh, it's okay. Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Oh my God.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Now, I'm going to go ahead and answer the question. When Karen says to Lindsay Lohan, why are you white? Well, thanks to Pat K, my DNA is back, and I am 1,000% fucking white, okay? You might as well go ahead and call me Wonder fucking Bread, okay? It is something else. Now, I'm going to do a members live tomorrow. I won't be able to do it today because I got some things we have to address in Discord. But I'm going to do it tomorrow afternoon. If you are not a member, please become one because I'm going to explain to you how white I am. I'm actually going to turn on my camera and dance for you. And I think I didn't even have to spit in that tube. I could have just sent them a picture of me dancing and they would have come back with the same scenario. Okay, let's go ahead and tell everybody good morning, and then we are going to talk about Grandus Abandus. Good morning, good morning, good morning again, everybody. Val is laughing. Angel on Earth said, oh, how late am I? No, you're not late, baby. Don't even worry about it. We haven't really gotten started yet. Gaelic said, imagine how I feel. Wait till Pat sends you a tube to spit into. All right, everybody. This is part 3 of my summer series. And today, we started with Dawn, we went through Can, and now we've got Grandus. What kind of a grandmother up and ditches the whole fam right after her 3 grandsons are taken to foster care, and she has a granddaughter that's missing? This lady. Ooh, not that lady. This one. There she is. Now, if you remember our friend Kevin, that was on the show a lot before he got sick, he gave her the name Grandus Abandus. And look at this. Gaelic Girl didn't abandon anyone. 5 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Okay, to understand Grandus, you have to understand her history. Now, I got into a little bit of trouble the last time I brought up Warren Harer, who is a violent sexual deviant. Okay, he is. Before I get to this, let me show you a few pictures, and you can just use your own thought process. There's Warren. This is Grandus's brother. Okay? Take a gander at that. And this is Candus. Take a gander at that. There's Candus. There's her Uncle Warren. Here's another picture of him. There's Uncle Warren. There's Candus. Little too much family resemblance there for me. Okay? Little too much. Welcome back, Angel on Earth. Look at that. New YouTube member. Oh, it's kept in the family. It's kept in the family. DT Driver said, could be her daddy. Yep. And I can tell you right now, I am not making a joke about this because we know he is a violent sexual deviant. So if he is Candus's daddy, I'm going to assume that Grandus wasn't willing to get it on with him. Okay? He's Uncle Daddy. Okay? He's Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy. Cat OG, thank you for the super sticker. At least you got a tube to spit in. Check your privilege. We'll talk about that on tomorrow's show. Okay, let's get to Uncle Daddy and let's go to the background of what we're talking about. Burn Barrel did a great job putting together court documents, pictures, and many things about Grandus's background and Candus. Comes in and yells at me. Oh, hang on. A story timeline created by following a paper trail and legal documents. Okay. Okay, this is Kenneth James Jim Bly. Okay. Take in that picture. This is his obituary. Ken, often known as Jim, was born December 6, 1935 in Springfield, Massachusetts, moved to Connecticut, and most recently has been a long-term resident of Grantsburg, Wisconsin. He enjoyed fishing, playing pool, and being with family. He served in the United States Army and worked various jobs. Ken loved to tell jokes and was well known for his sense of humor and quick wit. Ken has left behind 5 children: Kathleen, Kenneth, Candus, Jeannie, and Rose. His sister Geraldine Hines, and 7 grandchildren. Okay, look at his picture. It's on the screen. Look at that. Carla Barnes is a new YouTube member. Can we get an amen? Can we get an amen? Thank you so much, Carla Barnes, and thank you so much, Angel on Earth. Okay, there's Kenneth. That's her daddy. There's Can't. And there's Uncle Daddy. Okay. I think we can do our own summation on this. Kenneth Bly leaves his wife and 2 children. She files for divorce on grounds of cruelty. Okay? So this is Kent's supposed father. Grounds for divorce, cruelty. Oh, fuck. Maybe Candus is his daughter. He moved to Odessa, Texas. Speaking of Odessa, where the hell has Court K been? Candy, as they call her, loses both her parents by the age of 17, which is horrible. Cora Candus Harer, born 1973? No, that's wrong. That's someone different. All right, so Grandis is basically by herself. I don't know where the hell Warren was at the time, and she's in Corpus Christi. And then the universe got together, and she met Kenneth Bly. Just like old Can't, an older man takes in Grandis. Yep, that's what happened. At the age of 46, Kenneth marries Grandis when she is 20 years old. I love the wording, took her in. Hey, Dawn, do you want to grab the link? I know you're a big fan of your mother-in-law's, so please come on up. Come on, everybody. Dawn. Okay, there's the link, Dawn. Come on up. Please don't show your face or be on the toilet. As soon as baby Can't was born at the hospital in Corpus Christi, Texas, she was sent to a hospital in Minnesota due to her heart condition, and Candy went back to her hometown of Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Come on, Dawn. Everybody be nice to Dawn. Dawn, we have some single ladies in here. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies that put your hands up. Come on, Dawn. Sarah, is Can't the oldest? Yes. Yes. Can't is the oldest. Grandis and Ken have two more children, Jeannie and Rose, who, by the way, look very similar to their dad and look absolutely nothing like Warren Harer. I'm just throwing that out. Okay? You've seen the picture of Kenneth Bly. There's Uncle Daddy, Warren. There's Can't. There's Can't. Look at the chin. Look at the neck. Look at the nose. Look at the eyes. Now look at Uncle Daddy. Look at the chin. Look at the nose. Look at the eyes. Horrible situation, but that's what I'm digging on. Okay, hold on. Looks like somebody dropped an announcement in here. Kathleen said, "Good morning, everyone. I'm late getting here. I got in here to time say I'm really glad I'm married." Well, congratulations, Kathleen. Can we all get a round of applause for Kathleen, newlywed? Congrats to you, baby. All right. Kenneth filed for divorce in 1994, probably because he figured out that his wife likes the slicker slide better than the pogo stick. Just my guess. Okay. After all the issues, it seems Candy went back to Texas without her 3 children. Family members of Grandis and Kenneth Bly were caring for the kids. Grandis abandoned us again. Grandis abandoned us again. Okay? Remember, the subject matter here is about Grandis and not about something that this video might have gotten wrong about a grandpa or someone like that. They have nothing to do with it. Okay. Plaintiff Donald Dwayne Young went after Candus C. Bly. Woo! By this time, Can't, Rose. What about Jeannie? Did he keep Jeannie? They're all in foster care. Okay, so at the age of 16, old Can't went back to be with her dad. Once Can't is 17, the story repeats. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Her and Dawn. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Candus has 2 children with a man that's 40 years old. During the marriage, this old man, okay, 40's not old, anyway, Candus suffered severe abuse. The man was arrested several times and a protection order was issued. He is ordered to stay away from Candus where she was working. Damn, Candus had a job? Fuck. Due to the DV between Cant and her husband Andrew, Cant was in jail. In the end, they only gave her a 90-day sentence and she was released as soon as her court hearing was completed with time served, as long as there's no problems in the future. She never received any charges for abuse or neglect against her children. Epic fail. They were placed in foster care because she went to jail for the fighting with the old man who was abusing her. That's really not what the court papers say, but again, we do our own research around here. Stayed for 1 year if there are no further violations which are similar in nature and the defendant has paid all her fines due to Burnett County, $235. Wow. And that was before she had a cash app. She will have to serve the remaining 90 days. If she fails to comply with these terms, the stay will be lifted and she will be immediately okay. Patterns. Generational, Mama Bear said it. Generational line of pedos is what we have here. And yes, they are. Candus has done nothing but deflect and lie when it comes to not only her daughter being missing, but her granddaughter. Check this out. WJHL, Summer is not the first person to go missing in that family.
Day 16 of an active Amber Alert for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells. Authorities say the little girl, whose picture so many of us now have seen for several days, has still not been found. But Summer's not the only missing person in her family. You may have heard by now that Summer's aunt, Rose Bly, is missing and has been missing since 2009 in the state of Wisconsin, where
Now remember, Lisa K. Ruitz said the case is solved. They know who did it and they know where Rose is, but just no one's supposed to talk about it. Okay. It seems that law enforcement in Wisconsin didn't get her memo, nor did WJHL, because when two people vanish without a trace in a family, that's like lottery odds, okay? That's lottery odds.
Investigators say they are still looking for her. We heard from Summer's parents earlier this week about how Rose Bly.
Lisa K. Ruitz said they're not looking for her. They know where she's at. The case is solved. You just can't talk about it. Okay.
Disappearance makes Summer's case much more difficult. Very important to note here, the TBI has said that they are aware of the Rose Bly missing persons case, but they have no evidence that links the two cases together. News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with Wisconsin investigators about their efforts to find Summer's aunt. Bianca, they're sharing a message with local law enforcement, the community, and also the Wells family, right?
That's exactly right, Josh. Now, Rose Bly disappeared without a trace in 2009, and in 2019, the Polk County, Wisconsin Sheriff's Office tried to draw attention to her case by doing a really big media push. Now, the sheriff tells me he hasn't given up hope, and he says that he's hopeful that Summer is found as well.
There is a lot of interest in it, and certainly we will help any way we can to work towards closure for both cases. You know, if there's anything we can do to help, we're certainly willing to do that.
The Polk County, Wisconsin Sheriff's Office sharing this footage with us that they produced in 2019 on the 10-year anniversary of Rose Bly's disappearance.
And it's horrible. It's hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with.
Oh, I could imagine. So why'd you run, Candus? You have a daughter missing in Wisconsin. You left behind your grandchildren and a very active missing persons investigation. But again, history repeats itself when it comes to these people.
And my life will never be normal without knowing where my daughter is.
When 5-year-old Summer Wells disappeared, her family told me nobody can understand the pain of not knowing where 2 family members are.
I don't know all of what happened or what did happen, but I hope that they find her too.
And she disappeared without a trace. They haven't found anything, haven't found a body, nothing. And you know, when you see cases like that, that's why I lose hope on Summer. You know, I want to keep hope, but sometimes I just lose hope.
Lose it.
And I think, well, maybe we won't never see her again.
Wisconsin law enforcement.
Way to go, Dawn. Way to go, Dawn. Oh, I just gave up hope. Maybe we'll never see her again. Hey, Annette.
Enforcement sharing a message of encouragement to local law enforcement looking for Summer Wells and to the Wells family.
Anytime you have a missing person, there's an impact, but when it's a child, it's even a bigger impact. I sympathize with them. I know the tremendous amount of work and effort that goes into this, and it isn't all hands on deck. So I sympathize with the work they're doing. I don't ever give up hope.
The Polk County Sheriff tells me that they have received phone calls when people look up the Summer Wells case and find information about the Rose Bly case. He says he hopes that generating a message will help get the word out and help bring them both home safely. Reporting live in the Beach Creek community, Bianca Marais, News Channel 11.
Love her dress, by the way. Okay, so as you know, was it last week before, Christopher Larson, who is Rose Bly's ex-husband, left me a message, cleared it up. He does not know Lisa K. Ruitz. He said he is not going to come on any panels because he's not anything like Dawn, and he does not want his children brought into anything. But here and there, Rose Bly's ex, who is raising their children, comes out and speaks. Now, this was clipped from Gen C. I don't know who Gen C is, but look at this. Candus's ex-son-in-law responds to the misinformation. Who do you think is putting out the misinformation? Do tell, my friends.
Friends.
Okay, Christopher Larson. Well, let me clear some things up. Candy and Rose had started a relationship again around 2007-ish. As far as Candy seeing her kids, she would attempt to about once or...
Ex-husband of Rosemary Bly, ex-former son-in-law of crazy Candy Harer, Christopher Larson, up in Wisconsin as we speak, has been kind enough to reply on...
Wisconsin, south of you, A Balance. Not up in Wisconsin. It's south of you.
The video of missing 5-year-old Summer Wells. I don't keep track of time. I just do my thing. Chris Larson says, well, let me clear up some Candy and Rose. Some things. Candy and Rose has started a relationship again in around 2007-ish. As far as Candy seeing our kids, she would attempt to about once a year and got mad at me when I told her she needed to either be grandma in their life, like calling on birthdays or at least a card on Christmas or something, not just show up once a year out of nowhere wanting to see them.
I believe him. I believe him. You want to be a grandma? Be a grandma. You know, call them on their birthdays. Send a gift. Don't just show up to do your fucking laundry and say, I want to see my grandkids.
So she has not made any attempts to see kids since the kids do see their aunt and uncle, and there is no issues there. I've never remarried, so the BS of Rose's sister and being married is complete bull. Okay, she is married to a nice guy who is decent and a hard worker that I get along with well. As far as Rose's kids, why do people ask who has them? Use common sense. I am their dad and they are my world. I'm tired of the rumors and bull. We want answers, closure, not lies and twisted BS.
I don't blame him. I just don't blame Christopher Larson. And I know some people do. They're like, he's way too worried about what people say. He's got children to protect. People have blamed him for a long time about getting Rose gone, as they say. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. He does not want these people anywhere around his children. Can you blame him? Can you blame him? Can you blame him? So when someone is talking about his children or trying to drag him into Summer's case, I would think anybody with a brain cell between their ears would speak out and say, leave me out of that. I got other things going on.
Candy did not and does not get along with most of her son-in-laws, but if you understood the lady, you would understand why. As far as people saying that law enforcement needs to look into me more, understand they have looked into me a lot and found nothing. To people to say I'm abusive, you have no clue. I have no record past speeding tickets, and the one domestic where Rose was arrested, and there was a witness to that event, and law enforcement that there said I did the right thing. So if I'm so abusive,
I'm not buying it said, I don't blame him, but I wish A-Balance would learn to read fluently and properly. All right, great job on that comment, because I agree. That is awesome. Thank you. I'm not buying it.
so don't you think past GFS would have reported me? Don't you think that cops would have been called to our home more than one time, and I would have been arrested at some point in my life? Now I am a perfect person, no, but I don't believe anyone is. Oh, like Donnie, are you a sinner, boy? Everybody's a sinner. But I don't believe anyone is. But I do my best to live a good life and give my children a good life. With all that being said, I'd like to ask if anyone has real information about what happened to Rose, please contact Polk County Sheriff's Department. And if you have info on Summer, please contact the law enforcement that is involved with her case. I'd also like to add, I've never met Dawn or Candus or their kids. Also, we don't adopt.
Never met Dawn, never met Candus, never met their kids. The cases are totally, believe it or not, unrelated, according to law enforcement. And this guy just does not want to be drugged in to Dawn and Cant's circus.
Any of their kids or any of Candus's kids, Rose reporting Candus to CPS is true. But it happened when Rose was in school and before I ever met Rose, and was years before Rose went missing. And I don't see how it could possibly be related to her disappearance, but I don't have the answers to who, the why, the where of it all. If you do, please report it so that we can have answers.
It was the last time. The family's hurting. You know, that's why we're here today.
First-year Sheriff Brent Walk is making Bly's case a priority at the 10-year mark. Investigators have already interviewed 150 people and handled 200 tips.
Our focus now is to shift and try something new.
That includes releasing an age progression photo of what Bly would look like now at 31. And then there's this video.
And it's horrible. It's hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with.
The sheriff's office interviewed Bly's mother in a short video distributed to followers on social media.
It's not a good feeling. It's just, I wish I knew where she was.
We hope people share the story. We hope people start talking again about this. We want this to be in the forefront of what's going on.
The sheriff's office has never identified any suspects or any possible motive, but there was one early clue. Just days after she went missing, police found Bly's car here in this public parking lot in Grantsburg, about 30 miles north of where she lived. But still, there was no sign of Bly herself. Investigators at least recovered evidence and DNA from the car in Grantsburg. That town still remembers the case.
It's in the back of people's mind.
Megan Schauenberger was only a few years younger than Bly when she disappeared and wants to see this case solved.
It means a lot, especially for this town. This town itself has been through a lot, but her family.
Bly's children have never known their mother.
This mystery is solvable. We just need to get that vital piece of information.
Danny Spiewak, KARE 11 News.
Thanks, Danny Spiewak. Looking back yesterday, when Summerwell's mother says to the internet rando, meet me in person so I can prove how honest I am. You remember that?
Nobody wants to meet Candus in person so she can prove how honest she is. How's she talking about?
Let's see. Says Karen, I love.
Okay, not just about him. Okay, so old Grandis, after Summer got gone and the three boys were taken into state custody, she already had a trip planned, according to certain people. Well, you know, plans are meant to be changed. Plans are meant to be broken when other more important things are pending. Don't you agree? Has anyone ever missed an event or a vacation because you have something else going on? Not Grandis. Nope. Nope. She got into the same truck and hightailed it to another state. Some people say Illinois to see Jeannie. I doubt that because Jeannie has nothing to do with her mother. Some people say she went to Wisconsin to see Uncle Daddy. Now, that makes sense to me because she knew he was getting ready to get out of the can. Okay? Angel on Earth, you better believe it. There is the link, girlfriend. Now check this out. She decides to get her happy ass up there on the internet. Never before seen picture, a picture of Grandis sent to someone after Summer went missing and she was out of state. Grandis, you need to start talking again because your friend misses talking to you. I don't know, sir. Yeah, proof's in the pudding. I know why she got the hell out of there. When the heat's too much in the kitchen for old Grandis, she doesn't know how to turn the burner down. She leaves. She hightails it. She did it to her children. Okay? She has nothing to do with Rose's kids. Jeannie won't let her around her kids. And, well, we know when Summer disappeared and the three boys were taken by the state of Tennessee, she was out. You know why? Because this thing was getting ready to be released from jail. Let's see what Angel on Earth has going on. Good morning, honey buns.
Hello.
What's up?
I don't blame Chris for not wanting his kids around Grandis, okay? Mm-hmm. However, he was in a live He wasn't on the panel, but he was in a live. And Dawn and Candus were in there. I can't remember whose live it was. Maybe Daisy's or Josh. Anyways, he was saying where, oh, get a hold of him behind the scenes to Dawn and Candus. And he was really nice to him. Okay. Now, and he gave him in an email his phone number. I don't know. But if you're not going to let the grandma around the kids, why would you let Candus around them kids? I mean, I'm not saying that's what he did, but for some reason, for somebody that didn't want to be involved in their bullshit.
Now, hold on. You're telling me that Kent has met Rose's children? Because according to Christopher, she never has. He doesn't.
No. I don't know if she has, but in this live, he wanted Dawn to give him an email where he could send his phone number to them. And I don't know if he wanted to meet up with them or what. My point is, for someone that don't want involved in their bullshit, didn't mind being nice to him and wanting to talk to him and all this crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I got you, and I couldn't imagine having any of their lives. Okay.
But he won't let the grandma even call him. Right? So I don't understand that. But Candus and Dawn can call him? It don't make sense to me.
Well, I would love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
Right, because I wouldn't want Candus anywhere around my children.
I mean, a phone call is easy to maneuver, but you don't want them at your damn house.
I'm just going to say it. I've always, from day one, had suspicion of Candus. Not Dawn, but Candus.
Oh, I'm with you, girlfriend. I'm with you.
I feel like we're looking at serial killer vibes at this point. Everyone she's been around or been in contact with has passed. Okay. So Allie died of a head injury. Leslie died of a head injury. Jose overdosed. And we got Rick Crawford Sr. who passed away. And then the guy I can't remember his name. I usually can, but Earl Taylor.
Okay. Who's Taylor?
Earl Taylor.
Oh, I don't know who that is. And then we have
He was found like a day or so after Summer went missing in a creek face down, dead. And then you got Jason Arnold. I don't know how they passed, and then you got Dee Dee, who had a major headache. A lot of them complained of headaches. You know, Leslie, Allie, Dee Dee. And they just keep adding up. Just saying. And then Nana's Angels was in contact with them.
I mean, the whole thing is weird when you think about it.
Didn't she complain of a headache, a major headache, before she passed, Nana's Angels?
Well, she did, but I mean, I think a lot of people are really looking at Deanna Thornton. You know, they call her D. She was a mod for and she was a mod for White Boy Radio. And I mean, the fact that she's living in her house, selling her stuff and driving her car, I don't care who you are. That's not a good look.
Right. It just but you know, Nana's Angels complained of headache, Allie, Leslie, now Dee. And they were talking about maybe Summer had a head injury.
I don't know anything about that.
You know, it just, and then she even admitted that she killed her own sister on someone's life. Okay, why would Chris Larson let her even want to talk to her after that? I know he heard about it.
Oh, I guarantee. Crime Traveler said, "Oh, how F stupid." I don't know what F stupid means, but you're welcome to grab the link. Come on up. Come get you some clout. We got a big pie up here, don't we, Angel on Earth? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I mean, you're right. It's just too many weird things going on. And these people that sympathize with these fucking pedophiles. I mean, Candus herself admitted to Evelyn, aka Jinkies, that she already knew about the child neglect. She already knew about the endangerment.
Molestation. That's disgusting.
She didn't care, but she was really worried about an essay charge.
Right. That's disgusting. Why? Okay. Why would they want to charge you with that if they didn't have some kind of evidence that it happened or witnesses or whatever? You know, I don't get it.
Who the hell would worry about that?
A person that did it?
That's what I'm talking about, girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about. I used to worry about things like if I knew we were getting paid on Friday and I started writing checks on Wednesday, I'd worry about better clear the bank.
You know, and I don't care who knows how I feel about it because I'm seeing serial killer vibes. I mean, and essaying your children, your female. Think about this. Look at all the young boys she was around. I'm glad that CPS took the boys.
Well, and I think that's pretty much been verified. And I mean, I hate to tell Can't, but you know, her new buddy, Andrew, he's the one that turned her into CPS in Tennessee, saying that she did unthinkable things too.
He admitted on one of his lives that I'm pretty sure he came out and said she took my son's virginity or something like that. Like, you people are sick. Like, that's okay now, right? That's okay now. No, that's never okay.
Yeah, Jose was one talking about it.
Yeah.
He was getting it on with Allie, and then he said that Candus did an unspeakable to Hunter. But I mean, people like, you know, Lisa K. Ruitz and Crime Traveler think there's nothing wrong with that behavior. They think
they're just noise. They're static. No one should listen to them. They're just static. They're static in a mess of. I mean, there's static and then there's truth. You got to cut the static out and the noise. They're noise.
I just couldn't imagine. I mean, my face would fall off if I even typed out that sentence. And I know who this woman is. So I put the link down. She's more than welcome to come up. I guess she sat there for 5 minutes so she could come in and say, "So F stupid. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot." I'll say it. Okay? And
I'm not stupid. I'm logical. I work with logic.
That's what I'm talking about. Now look at this. Here's some logic for you, girlfriend.
And common sense.
Video is graphic. It may be disturbing. So this is Candus's uncle.
Candus's uncle. Whoa. Do you think it's her uncle or do you think he is Uncle Daddy?
Uncle Daddy. I've always said she's inbred. I mean, dude, she hit the ugly. She climbed an ugly tree and hit every stick on the way down. I mean, and to listen to the way she talks, you can't hardly. It's hardly legible. Like, I mean, I could do that. I can't stand the woman. Okay. My sister, I'll just tell you straight up, she's evil. And she reminds me of her. Lazy, all of it. Abandoned all of her children. And this bitch has 7 and couldn't even take care of her own. And she tries to take care of animals. Malnutrition, I just can't stand her. And from day one, I thought it was her. And Dawn covered up for her. That's all. And I'm not a Dawn fan. Okay.
Nope.
But he was not there. He was not there, and he's covering for her.
I think he's an idiot. I think he's I think he's a deviant. I think he's a lot of things, but I don't think he was there. But I think in the back of the room, okay, involved, and he knew what was going to happen that day. And it's all because CPS showed up on the 14th of June, 2021. And they said, we're going to come back because we need to see Summer Wells.
I think Dawn Wells has guilty knowledge.
Here you go, baby.
But I think she's guilty of Summer being gone. But anyways, I'm going to jump down. Thank you for letting me out.
All right, anytime, girlfriend. Everybody, round of applause for Angel on Earth. Gaelic Girl has a great comment. Candus knows how to fluidly speak when she needs cash apps. 5-bar Candus. Cha-ching!
Warren Scott Harer. Date of birth, April.
Okay, so what is he, 3 years older than Grandis? Okay.
April 14th, 1958. He was arrested in 1994. Warren has done some pretty horrific things. He's institutionalized.
Institutionalized. Well, he's not anymore because he got out in August of 2021. 8 counts of unspeakable things done to children. Okay? Grandis is his sister.
In Wisconsin, and he's Grandis's older brother. Just when you think it couldn't possibly get any more dark, it does.
Commitment sought against Harer January 10, 2013. Attorney General J.B. Van Hollen announced Tuesday that the Wisconsin Department of Justice filed a petition under the state's sexual predator law against a Burnett County man.
Sexual predator law against a Burnett County man. And that is Warren Harer. What the fuck are these people?
The petition, filed January 7, 2013, in Burnett County Circuit Court, alleges that Warren Scott Harer, 54, is a sexually violent person and
sexually violent person, okay? A person like that doesn't need to be institutionalized and let out August of 2021. They need to be behind bars. This man is sexually violent, okay? Sexually violent. Hence why I think he is Uncle Daddy. I think he did something to his own sister. Look at Warren. Okay? And look at Can. Look at Warren. Look at the chin. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. Look at the mouth. And look at Can. Annette said, you're saying this is a man. Warren Harer is a man. Candus Harer is his younger sister. She is some form of a woman, I guess.
Should be committed for treatment. The Burnett County Circuit Court found probable cause on the petition and ordered Harer detained. A probable cause hearing will be scheduled at a future date to be determined. According to the DOJ petition, on November 23, 1994, Harer pleaded no contest to 8 counts of incest with a
They got to take that no contest shit away. It's either not guilty or guilty. That's it. No contest. Like they think it makes them sound better. 8 counts of incest with a child?
Harer was found guilty, but not guilty due to mental disease defect. Harer.
Hold on. Found guilty but not guilty due to mental disease defect. Okay, I think we're proving our point here about who Candus's daddy is.
Mental disease defect. Harer was committed to the Department of Health Services for institutional care for a maximum term of 80 years. Harer was scheduled to be conditionally released from DHS on his NG commitment, but will be detained at a DHS facility to await trial on the petition. Chapter 980 of the Wisconsin statutes relates to the control, care and treatment of sexually violent persons. Under Wisconsin law, a person may be subject to a civil commitment when the person has been convicted of a sexually violent offense.
Then why let him out? If he's supposed to be institutionalized for 80 years, which is normally a natural life, why let him out? And why did Candus hightail it out of freaking Tennessee at the end of July to get up to Wisconsin to welcome Bubby when he got out of the nut house? And was still there when he was caught jerking off outside of McDonald's playground watching kids. She got the hell out of town. If she had a way to get a rocket ship, she would have done it. She had to get there to see her Bubby.
It's a mental disorder and is dangerous to others because the mental disorder makes it likely he or she will commit further acts of sexual violence. A civil commitment is defined in Wisconsin law as commitment to the custody and care of the Department of Health Services for control, care, and treatment until the person is no longer considered sexually violent. The state's petition alleges that Harer suffers from mental conditions that predispose him to engage in acts of sexual violence. The petition also alleges that Harer is dangerous as
dangerous, sexually violent, dangerous, sexually violent, sexual predator, and they let him out. And like I said, look who showed up to welcome Bubby when he got out of the institution. She probably gave him the ride to the McDonald's so he could sit there in the trench coat and play with himself while he watched the kids.
His mental disorders make it likely that he will engage in future acts of sexual violence. A petition is only an allegation, and a finding of probable cause only allows the state's case to move forward. Harer is legally presumed not to be a sexually violent person unless and until the state proves him to be a sexually violent person at a trial.
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Prosecuting agency, William Lund Noreen. Prosecuting agency, district attorney. Description: incest, 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 incest. Guilty, but not guilty due to mental disease / a defect. OMG. Yeah. It's bad, my friends. It's bad, my friends. Ellie Mae said it's nearly Halloween. Yeah. Who needs to binge watch horror movies when we have true crime? Nothing scarier or more dramatic than watching this shit unfold. That's the reason I'll never understand the trauma community. It's like, what are you going to do sitting there running your flap about Lauren Matthews or Ziggy or Tiffany or anyone else. What is more dramatic than what we're talking about? Goodness. Goodness. Pat said, oh my God is right. I'm shaking my head. I'm going to put the link up. I want to hear what Pat has to say. Love when she comes up. Now then, again, today, remember, I'm doing a series on Summer Wells. So to catch up, go to the playlist. I'm sure somebody will put it in the chat, the whole playlist, and you can catch the other ones. What liar do you believe the most? So far, my hands are tied between Dawn, Candus, and Grandis. But we have more to come through. Pat K entered the studio. Ooh. Good morning, Pat K. How are you? Top of the morning to you.
Hi. I'm fine, I guess.
Are you
How's
okay?
everybody else?
Oh, good.
No, I have a friend that's actually just been put into a coma and he's not going to make it. So I need something to just get my mind off that. So I thought I'd come up and say, yes, the Wells are disgusting. I can't believe all the incest. I'm still shaking my head. It's, what state was that? Who the hell let him out of jail?
Wisconsin. And I'm sorry about your friend, Pat. I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Wisconsin. They institutionalized him, and he was supposed to stay institutionalized for basically his natural life. But listen, he's dangerous. He is a dangerous sexual predator. Hence why, I mean, it didn't take too long, and they should have put him in jail after this when they caught him playing with his pogo stick outside of the McDonald's, looking at the kids that were playing.
So he's in a halfway house?
That's last I heard.
Well, like, do his neighbors know he's there? Like, we had a halfway house around the corner from us, and I was afraid. Like, who's in there? But I never thought halfway houses would take people like him, like the Wells or Bly, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thrown for a loop.
Oh, I am too. I mean, I don't know exactly where he went. They said that he was going to be monitored. Well, he wasn't monitored because, I mean, he wasn't even out very long before he was, whacking his mother, choking the chicken outside of a McDonald's watching the kids play.
That's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
It is. You're 100%.
It's ridiculous. And then I have other people. I've heard recently, last week, somebody saying they didn't want any strangers around their family or their kids. I think you know who I mean. I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. How can this happen? Like, mental illness, okay, but mentally ill, we have to protect our families, our friends, the little kids walking to school. If people still let their kids walk to school, we have to protect these people. What the is this guy doing in a halfway house? This is ridiculous.
It's sick AF. Now, let me ask you, you don't have to give me, your answer. You might need to think about it. Okay, there's Warren.
Yeah.
There's his little sister.
Mm-hmm.
And there is Cant. Do you see a resemblance?
Well, I mean, if his charges were incest, like, I didn't know that 4 years ago or 5 years ago when we started this. And I remember hearing about him and hearing that he was a pedo, but now the incest comes in. Holy jeez.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So obviously it very well could be. Like, who knows?
Well,
They know. They know.
I can tell you right now, I don't look anything like my uncles. And I mean, like I said, there he is. Look at the chin, look at the nose, look at the mouth, look at the eyes. Look at Candus, look at the chin, look at the nose, look at the eyes.
Look at the mouth expression. That's what gets me. It's exactly the same.
Look at Grandis, the same.
Oh, my Lord.
You know? I mean, people like Warren Harer are the sickest of the sick, you know? And I can see why Can't is so slow, because odds are she might, her gene pool might be real shallow. I'm just going to put it that way.
And then it brings up Rose. It's like, holy jeez. What about Candace's children? Like, where is it? Obviously, we can't find out the incest, but.
Well, I mean, you know, I know who the victims are, but I just don't think it's proper to bring them up. They need to heal and get on with their lives. I know some other channels would do it. Ivy's mom said, I want to know why Grandis is not allowed around the kids. Maybe because of her affliction with this guy. Would you let your kids go have lunch with Grandis? And she's going to go and introduce them to Uncle Daddy Warren?
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't she cut off all ties? Like, wouldn't you want to cut off all ties and not even let him know where you live, where your kids live?
Mm-hmm.
This is mind-blowing.
Lynn has a suggestion. Pat, can you send Can't a spit tube?
No.
Okay.
I would be afraid to even look at the results. Holy jeez.
Well, it wouldn't take you long to put that tree together. I'm telling you right now, just based on what I know.
It would be ridiculous to try and put it together because you'd be getting matches with both sides of the family. It would be ridiculous. Ancestry would know it as soon as they saw it.
Well, it freaked you out when you got Greg's, and you're like, hold on, it's like showing two fathers. But I forgot to tell you that his dad has an identical twin, and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, my God. You should have seen me when I saw that. I thought, oh, my God, Greg's father. Oh, my God. He's still alive, but he passed away last year. And then it hit me. His father must be a twin.
Yep. Identical twin. Yep. Identical twin. I didn't even think about it. And then when you said it, I was like, oh, yeah, Greg went right past that point. But anyway, I was talking to my Irish sister this morning, you know, since I'm 46% Irish.
Oh, yeah.
And she's been telling me like what's been going on in the home country and everything. So I'm just keeping up, you know, with that side of the world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should. Well, where did you think the red hair and freckles came from? Isn't that an Irish trait? I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong.
I just, you know, I don't like to stereotype or profile people, Pat. I'm not racist.
Oh, of course not. You're so white. You are so white. And everybody listening, I did Brooks' family tree way back to the late 1700s, and a little bit of German was in there. But anyway, it was quite funny because I said, oh my God, you people have been in the United States for hundreds of years, hundreds. And then the Irish came up. So obviously that's where they immigrated. Most of your family immigrated from. But anyway, we know the Wells people, they immigrated from themselves, for Christ, God's sake. Sorry. It's mind-blowing.
I don't know where these fucking mongoloids came from. They're disgusting. They are disgusting. They make me so mad. I'm telling you, we know every now and then we get, a real booger, in our rose tree. Okay. And we just cut it off and we're done with it. Just done with it. But the fact that Candace Harer keeps up with Warren Harer is disgusting. No wonder nobody wants her around their kids. Nobody wants her around their kids. Would you trust her to say, hey, I'm going to take the kids to Olive Garden, just get, some soup, salad, and breadsticks? No.
No.
No. Because you're going to have my children around your sexual, deviant, dangerous, sex predator brother.
Exactly. And then you think, okay, how many of them knew that was going on? Like, how did he get arrested? Was it someone outside the family that complained? Like,
it's a minor child, so I don't know. All that stuff is sealed.
Yeah.
Nice.
As it should be. I know we don't want to say anything about the victims. It's just more than one victim is one victim's too much. More than one victim is where people shutting their effing eyes. This we can't shut our mouths when it comes to children. What is going on?
All day, every day. I've got all day for it. I will call these people out left and right until YouTube runs me off the internet. I do not care. Nicey Marie said, Rose went missing in 2009. Grandis left not long after. Nope. She knows how to get the hell out of town. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised. I will not be shocked if it turns out that Candus Harer has something to do with Rose's disappearance and has something to do with Summers.
Yeah, well, they're all in it. They're Grandis taking off so quickly. I mean, at the time, I try and give everybody a break. At the time, I thought, well, maybe it brought up too many bad memories of Rose. But I mean, and that was really going out on a limb to try and give her a break. But I just, no, I'm sorry. I get a loss for words when these things happen.
Oh, me too. Me too. Because when I heard about Warren Harer in August of 2021, I had a hard time getting through the article.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hold on. He did all this?
And maybe that's why he did things like that. Maybe he doesn't have a good gene pool. Maybe there was incest that went back and back and back.
No. Have you ever been to the fair and you win a goldfish and they put it in a little baggie with a zip tie? That's how deep their pool is. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all you got. That's it.
Still, I think you should lock them up when they're like that. I mean, mental illness is okay. We try and help the ones we can, but come on. Some of them are just, they've crossed the line. I mean, how are you going to help them? Put them in therapy? Like, give me a break. I don't want them walking around my streets.
And what's really sad is Warren Harer makes Dawn Wells look like a Sunday school teacher.
Yes. Well, that we know of, right? Like I saw in chat, I can't see chat while I'm in the show, but when somebody put in chat earlier, they say people do things 100 times before they're caught. That seems a little bit large, 100 times, because it's like, oh my God, I hope he didn't do it 100 times before he was caught.
Oh, I can tell you this right now. Nobody goes in front of the judge the first time they did something. They go in front of the judge when they're finally caught. That's life. Okay?
Yeah. I know.
So Jonathan Lee Riches was in South Beloit, Wisconsin, looking for Grandis. And I think it is hilarious. My favorite moment with him, and I can't keep up with him, he's got more energy than the Energizer Bunny, is when he found Dawn and Candus in Springdale, Arkansas, and knocked on the door, and Candus opened it with a cigarette behind her ear, one in her mouth, her boobs sticking out of Dawn's tank top, and then just shut the door.
Oh, in that motel.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Way to go, Jonathan. He's got balls, I'll tell you.
He should have never taken that down. And and he spent a lot of time in Wisconsin putting up Summers flyers.
Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am in South Beloit, Illinois. Where is Summer Wells? Where is Summer Wells? Why am I in South Beloit, Illinois? This is a small town on the border between Illinois and Wisconsin. Wisconsin's right over there. That would be on the other side, would be Beloit, Wisconsin. Why am I here? The reason why I'm here is Candus's mother, Grandma, is in this area right now. What does she know about Summer Wells? What does her family know about Summer Wells? Investigating what happened to Summer Wells. I am in the area. Going to talk to people, interview people, try to find clues. What happened to Summer Wells? She's still missing. Summer.
Love the gumption. I do. And I love when people, I mean, I don't want anyone to have a hard time or a bad time. I like when they get themselves out of it, if that makes any sense, because we know Jonathan, I mean, he had a hard time for a while, and he's obviously doing well, but I mean, some people aren't going to let it go. Now, let me ask you this, Pat, since you're in the hot seat. This is part 3 of our Which Liar Do You Believe the Most series. Do you believe Dawn, Candus, or Grandis the most?
Oh, do I have to pick one? I really didn't believe any of them. From that first news conference with Dawn and Candus sitting in those chairs outside, I didn't believe them. Grandis, how can you believe someone that takes off? But it's like, come on.
What are you talking about? She's the grandma.
Yeah, well, really. And she got that stupid bus all
have another
took off.
Conversation with my son last night. He's like, you're the only person that asks 500 times a day how we're doing and, how Carly's feeling. And when you get to see, your granddaughter. And I'm like, yeah. Could you imagine?
Don't get me started on that.
And this bitch, piss poor grandma. Piss poor Grandis.
Yeah.
3 boys are taken and put into state care. Summer is missing. And she hightails it out of town to see this thing. And yes, she did. I don't care what Lisa K. Ruitt says. That's exactly what she did.
Why would you? Why would you? I can't get past that. How can anybody get up and hightail it out of town?
I don't get it either. She left her 3 kids behind and her kids went to foster care. She didn't care. Okay? She left right after Rose went missing. She didn't give a rat's ass when Candus and Andrew's 2 children, Andrew and Candus III, went to foster care. She does not care about her family at all. All she seems to really care about is this thing right here, her brother Warren.
Wow.
Proof is in the pudding, my friends. Or as if you see my DNA results, vanilla pudding. Proof is in the vanilla pudding. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wells went missing June 15th, 2021. Rogersville, Tennessee, Hawkins County, Tennessee. She's still missing. Candus's mother, Grandma, Candus Harer, was on the property of 110 Ben Hill Road with Don and Candus as Summer went missing. What does Grandma know? She's in this area now. She's with family. What does Candus Harer know about Summer Wells? What do you think? If you have any comments, suggestions, let me know. I'll put my email in the description of this video, so anyone has any tips or information, they can get a hold of me. investigating what happened to Summer Wells. If you have any credible information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, contact Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FINE or contact the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. No stone left unturned. What happened to Summer Wells? What happened to Summer Wells? Subscribe to my channel, like, hit the notification button. I'll be posting more Summer Wells related content soon. Everyone be safe. Justice for Summer Wells. And God bless. Heading towards Prairie Avenue. I am in Beloit,
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Prairie Avenue.
Why am I here? Well, because
Gaelic said that woman doesn't deserve to be called a grandma. Well, if I don't fix my words real quick, I'm just going to be called Mrs. O. Jones by my granddaughter.
Summer Wells and Rose Marie Bly. Candus Harer is in this area.
Take the second left onto Prairie Avenue.
Damn, he's got a loud GPS.
Candus Harer. Mother of missing Rose Marie Bly and grandmother to missing Summer Moon Wells.
See, I think Jonathan Lee Riches has thought from the beginning that Candus is associated not just with familial ties, but somehow associated with the disappearance of Summer and with Rose.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have thought that.
Mm-hmm.
I was always very hot on the thing as soon as Candus, well, even before Candus went missing. I was always putting in chat, well, where is Candus? Why isn't she speaking up? I just couldn't believe she wasn't. Mm-hmm. Like, she was right out of there. She was like hidden in her trailer with the door shut and you know, nobody heard a peep from her until she finally did that one interview where the dogs were all barking and, you know, the ones that were on holidays.
Yeah. The ones that went to Disneyland the day that Summer disappeared. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would bark louder every time she lied.
And she doesn't look like a wallflower. Like, it looks like that's what I could never understand. If you cross these people, I would have thought they were worse than us for speaking out and to go find their children.
Hold on, we have a problem going on. I think Uli fell asleep. Uli, you timed out Miss K, and she didn't do anything wrong, and you keep deleting her comments. So can someone unhide Miss K? It happens. Don't worry about it. I know a woman that was painting her house one day, and she had her phone in her pocket, and she timed out 27 people in the Harmon Montgomery show.
I was gardening. It was another time when I was painting the house.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But that's why you love me.
I do. I love it. I thought it was hilarious because Kat's like, is Pat okay? Because she doesn't ever really
time anyone out. Mod, yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? And I opened up my phone and I was like, whoa. Wow. She even timed out someone that said justice for Harmony. I'm like, maybe she's doing okay. And then you came into chat and you're like, sorry, I'm gardening or what. You had something going with your gazebo or something. And I just died laughing. Exactly. What would Pat do? Put it in there. What would Pat do? Exotic Prairie 35 said, Candus planting flowers and candy. She thinks she's Mary F. and Poppins. Yep. Oh, Jolene's been with us for a long time, and she said, I remember her doing that. LOL. Oh, more compliments for you. Pat is a free range mod. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the right.
So Candus Harer has ties to this area.
No, that area is too nice for Candus. I think you're in the wrong neighborhood, Jonathan. No way does Grandis have ties to that area because
It's a
you
beautiful street.
see,
Beautiful street.
I don't see any dogs tied around these trees. I don't see any dog shit. I don't see trash.
Let these cars pass.
Your destination is on the right.
All right, so that's a house right there. Let me turn here.
Okay. Getting somewhere, aren't we?
That house right there. Let me turn around. Car's coming. Turn around.
I'm going to pull something from the chat. Danny said maybe we need to know more about Grandis's school bus dream and her past. Well, if you go to begin the show, there's a bunch of stuff about her past in there. And I've always wondered where the school bus came from. And I've always wondered why she was talking to other people, saying that every time she has a dream about someone going missing, they do. Okay, that is messed up.
Totally. Like, that's guilt leaking out.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever had a dream about someone going missing. No. And if I did, and the next day they went missing, I would call CBS and say, can you reinvent the show Medium? Because obviously I am one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm right there. And I'm on a public street.
I love how he says, I'm on a public street, so you can't do anything to me.
Where's Summer Wells? Where's Rose Marie Bly? Missing since 8/21/2009. Candus Harer has ties there. And then where is Summer Wells? Trying to find answers, trying to find out what happened to Summer. What happened to Rose Marie Bly? She went missing here in Wisconsin.
Well, I think we can see from the flyers what happened. The pretty ones disappear.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brooks. I'm speechless. I just...
This one didn't disappear.
He gives me the creeps.
This one didn't disappear.
She gives me the creeps too. So
This
does that
one
one.
didn't disappear.
Okay, so what liar do I believe the most?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I believe Grandis the most because she hasn't said anything.
Well, that's all you can do. Yeah, I agree. That's all you can do. And I thought it was, hilarious in March of 2022, in a way, that she basically totally spun Candus's story out of the, no pun intended, water.
Yeah, are you gonna play that?
Yeah.
When I got up that morning, she came out and took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me.
Candus woke me up and took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me. Candus,
do your voice, Brooks, of that happening.
Okay, I'm going to pretend like Pat is my mom. Oh, mother. Oh, mother. I must get your plastic knee checked out today. Mother, I can't live without you, mother. Oh, mother, even though you abandoned me and all my children, mother, I must take you. Mother, I must take you to the hospital right now. Because on the way to Gatlinburg, my kids were beating you in your plastic knee. Mother, mother, I must take you. Mother, I must take you.
I'm sorry. I can't handle that.
Mm-hmm. Candus doesn't give a fuck about anyone. But then the day that Summer goes missing, she goes, oh, mother, we must take you. We must take you to the ER. I'm telling you, if it was any other day, Grandis could have walked in that house holding her own eyeballs in her hands, and Grandis would have given her Robitussin. Okay?
Yeah.
Candus does not care about anyone.
To wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, who does that? Not Candus, I don't think.
Nope.
That's not sort of how they live, from what we've heard and seen.
And also remember, Summer used to sleep until noon or 1 o'clock, but she made sure to take her with her. She made sure to take Summer with her. She wanted Summer to be nowhere around. Usually when Can't is fiddle farting around, she'll just leave Summer there with her brothers. These are her words, not mine. But that day she had to take Summer. She had to put her in the new outfit. She had to do all this stuff. And she had to make sure old Grandis got the knee checked out.
And we were afraid something was wrong with my knee. I have a knee replacement.
We were afraid something was wrong with my knee because I've had a knee replacement. Well, it didn't slip up into your asshole. Candus,
and you supposedly walked right down to that water. Like none of us really believe she was there, do we?
I don't. No, not at all.
She even says it here. She goes, I think they went swimming, or the way she says it, it's like she wasn't there.
I believe they went swimming, she says.
Yeah.
The only reason she did this interview is because Sheriff Ronnie Lawson called him out and said, no, they're not cooperating. Don has no choice because he was behind bars at the time. He was in county for a year.
Right.
And she was worried that there was something wrong with it. And she took me into the hospital. And I ended up getting a shot for it to get rid of the pain. And they prescribed me medication to take to get the swelling down out of my knee.
I would love to know what the medication is. Are we talking prednisone? What medication is prescribed to take the swelling out of the knee?
Yeah, prednisone, I would guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously there's no dentist around there because Miss Underbite couldn't get help for that.
And around my knee because it was inflamed. And then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was. And then we come back and I went in my camper, and after we brought my groceries in for me, and the boys helped with that, and of course Summer.
Remembered to throw that one in at the end, didn't you, Grandis?
Mm-hmm. And the boys helped me with that. And of course, Summer. No. See, the afterthought is what's always bugged me. Her wanting to kind of change up some things from the day. Listen, I got it. I got it. But Summer being the afterthought tells me something was already cooking. Something was already going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to throw that in, and of course, Summer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. That's the tell right there. Oh, of course, Summer. It's like, oh, I forgot to put that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I laid down and went to sleep, and I got up and I was sitting in my doorway, and we come out, and
I don't doubt for a minute that Grandis came home and took a nap. Okay? With all that fiddle farting around, I'm telling you, I'm sure she did take a nap. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's a pathetic script that only Can't or Dawn could write. Because let's not forget, this is not the original script. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. And we came out of the trailer. Like, she's getting all these things mixed up here.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in the trailer with you? Like, I didn't think anybody was. So she's just like pulling words out of the air just to make it seem plausible. And she's deadpan. There's no emotion in the voice. It's just one level. Yeah.
Well, it's sick, is what it is. These people are sick.
Yeah.
And I agree 100% with Lisa Durr. The emergency room was a distraction. The emergency room is also a solid alibi.
Definitely.
They wanted to make sure they were seen.
Yes.
That's what they wanted to do. And so that was the day that Candus decided that she actually cared about her mother. Instead of taking her Social Security checks, she takes her to the ER. Now remember, this is on Tuesday. Miss Bum Knee. Miss, I've got to get the swelling down. On Friday, July 18th, there's Grandis and Candus, and you can see above them, they're at the water park.
Yeah, that's sick. Look at Candus has a smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter's missing. What the F? How could you smile at all? You should be in shock. First of all, your daughter's missing, for God's sake.
Who wants to walk around on hot cement 3 days after their granddaughter goes missing?
Like, do you really think your sons needed a water park or a festival setting? Their little sister's missing. Really? You thought that was a good idea to take them out?
My understanding is the boys didn't go. According to Dave Dodson, they were with him playing miniature golf.
Oh, well, then why the hell are these two there?
Probably scope more kids for Uncle Warren that's about to get out of the institution. I don't know.
I mean, you should be camped out at Ronnie Lawson's office, sitting out the front of it with a lawn chair if need be, because of Grandis's bad knee, and sitting there with a sign, "Help find Summer."
Yeah.
Anything.
Go to the water park and say, hey, we're just here passing out flyers. Oh, no, they went down the slicker slides, pissed in the wave pool. I mean, all of it.
Yeah. Wow.
And this is with a bad knee that had to be treated on an emergency basis 3 days before.
Yeah. Where's your wheelchair, Grandis?
Mm-hmm.
For God's sake. Do they think we're all stupid? Do they think the whole world is stupid? Like, we can see through it. Obviously, the police, the good police, can see through it. Oh, it's okay. Can play the woman.
It's disgusting.
Candus asked me what I was doing. I said, well, we got to transplant these little cactuses into bigger pots. And we did.
Because cactuses grow so fast in Tennessee.
Who cares about the cactus? Who cares about a stupid little cactus? You have to throw that in? What is that? What's that for? To make us think you were planting little plants? Like, give me a break. Why didn't you talk about the bugs that were crawling up the road? For like, come on.
We have to get them into bigger pots. Yeah, because they grow so fast. I mean, they have a ton of shit going on this day.
Did that, and then Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite. And
that was for free at Sonic. Okay. Anytime you go to Sonic, you get a peppermint. So shut up.
Then she went in. She said, Mama, I want to go play with the boys. Candy walked her back to the house, and she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time I seen her.
Tell me, when you first realized that Summer was missing, what was going through your mind, and what was it like here?
To be blunt, it was hell. I mean, and I apologize, I'm blunt. As everybody knows, I have a missing daughter. She's been gone for 12 years. And all I could say is, oh God, not again.
Oh God, not again. Listen to her.
Yeah.
Oh God, not again. It's hell. I have a daughter that's been missing for 12 years, and I said, oh God, not again. Well, a lot of people are looking straight at you, Candus Harer.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do nothing but cry. And we yelled for her, and we yelled for her, and yelled for her. And we could not find her.
And then Candus went to Fred's and met with Fred, Laura, and Chad Arnold to get her fix. Then she came back. And then even though she said Summer would never just wander off, she left again.
Right. Yeah.
So who was doing all the yelling?
And he was in hysterics. And we never did find her. She called 911, and she called Donnie, and we sent the boys down over the hill, and I stood in front of over by the edge there and watched them, and was praying to God every minute that nobody would take them. And there was no sign of her.
I hope no one takes them.
Well, then why let them go down there?
No, you secure the house. You're like, everyone is sitting here. I'm trying to find your sister. Nobody moves. No one moves a muscle. You sit right here.
Yeah.
Do you believe that someone took Summer, or do you believe that she wandered off? What do you believe happened?
I believe somebody took her. I know people say it doesn't happen, but it does happen. It happens in small towns. It happens in big towns. It happens in the country. And I believe somebody took her.
Well, believe what you want, Grandis, but according to Josh Melton with the TBI, they have ruled out that Summer wandered off, and they have ruled out an abduction. So in closing, what do we have to say, Pat?
I pray for Summer all the time. Just that they find her, not that she comes home, because home means those people. That someone finds her, and I'm sorry, I'm getting upset.
No, I'm totally with you. On one hand, I'm like really upset and anxious and like sorrowful. And then it switches straight to pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes between the anger and because from whatever happened, who knows what happened, honestly, with all the stories and all the crap that goes around, I still think people know more than they're saying.
Sure.
And whoever that may be, I guess this is where I say God will take care of it. He's got to.
Oh, I think he's taking care of it. He stopped their generational curse.
Yeah.
God is patient. We are not. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the end, justice will be served. If it's not served in Eastern Tennessee, it'll be served in hell. Mark my words.
Yeah. Yeah. So in closing, I just want to say if Summer is not with us anymore, then she's in a better place and God saved her from all those people.
Mm-hmm. I think the shed, I agree with Chris McDonough, is the key. When Don said the first thing he did was check the shed, it would make sense for a normal father, like, hey, maybe she's just hanging out in the shed. I think the shed was the pickup spot.
Yeah, I've thought that as well. Yeah.
And again, I know you don't like him, Pat, but I like Chris McDonough.
Oh, he's my honey. Come on. I love that man. And I can't believe we didn't go to CrimeCon this year and he was there and I could have shaken his hand or shook his hand and hopefully he goes next year.
He's going to be there. He's going to be in Vegas. And hey, I hope everybody goes to Vegas. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to
be there.
A huge time. I know you and Angel P are going to have a huge time.
Yep. Yep. I'm going for sure. I already booked my plane tickets and hotel and I'll be there.
All right. All right. I'll meet you in Vegas, baby. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm switching this over to Discord. There's some things that we need to talk about in there. And just let you all know that you guys are more family than my family. And that I just love you all very, very much. I have made some of the best friends I could ever imagine just from this tiny little channel. And I just hope everyone knows that, okay? You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for being here for the right reasons and keeping Summer's name out there. Love you, Pat.
Love you.